Good morning, fellas. Sorry to put you through the long intro. How are we doing today? Happy 31 days into Johto. Today, I'm going to be celebrating 1 month, 31 full days of Johto by sitting here, working on my goals, continuing to shiny hunt. Today, I'm going to sit here at the Miltank spot. No gym reruns, no Twitch rewards, no fancy shenanigans here and there. We are just going to sit here and shiny hunt over and over and over again. ×5 hordes, bam, bam, bam. The brain dead, beautiful content we all know and love. I'm excited to do it. Hopefully we'll have some banger questions in chat along the way. I'm excited. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I just want to shiny hunt all day, okay? We've completed most of our Johto goals. We've earned this. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Can I recommend PvP teammates for Raikou to use? That's a really good question. We can go ahead and check PvP statistics, actually, and just see, like, what people are using. Oh, let me go ahead and invite these people to the charm. 1 sec. But I do want to double check. It's a good question. How is Raikou doing in PvP so far? Are people playing it? Obviously, you know, this is honestly pretty decent. Seeing it have a pretty decent win rate at 48% with only 3.7% usage. The usage is low just because not that many people have Raikou right now would be my main guess. Looks people are running Timid, Life Orb, some Modest here and there. Timid, Life Orb looks pretty solid. Some leftovers, some specs. Assault Gear. Does it get Vault Switch? We see an obvious Garchomp pairing. I mean, just powerful Pokemon. So we just see it with a lot of powerful Pokemon. People are running Raikou and Suicune on 25% of the same teams. That's honestly, it's wholesome. I don't know if it's good. It might be good, but it's wholesome if anything. Garchomp, Scizor, Dragonite, Suicune, Chansey, Serperior. I feel like Serperior is pretty solid. Interesting. Hydreigon, Gliscor, Starmie. I mean, the main thing to think about is, like, what's Raikou weak to? Raikou is an electric type, right? Pure electric. So he's weak to Earthquake, right? He's weak to, specifically Raikou is really weak to, what's its speed stat? Isn't it, like, super weak to, like, Garchomp, for example? That's 115 speed. It actually can outspeed, right? It won't you're not outspeeding Scarf, though. You're not outspeeding Scarf Garchomp. I wonder if it's worth to go HP Ice Scarf Raikou to counter Garchomp. That seems a little too memey, but it's an interesting option. And then I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're looking for something, obviously, just a fly switch in. I think Dragonite's going to end up being a good switch in to help make up for Raikou's weakness, would be my guess. Stuff that can help dodge something that can dodge EQ, and as well as having a powerful effect. So you can switch to Dragonite on the EQ, force them to switch out, and then go for a D-Dance on your D-Knight. I think that's a pretty powerful pairing, but that's my initial non-very talented, like, unskilled PvP thoughts. Take it with a grain of salt. That's, yeah. So Raikou does get Vault Switch. Really, really interesting move pull, honestly. It does get access to Vault Switch. It gets things like Aura Sphere, which is really, really cool. It gets Thunder, of course, is a solid stab if you're in any rain or anything like that. Extreme Speed, Extra Sensory. Extreme Speed's cool, but I don't think you ever end up rocking Mixed. I think it's so probably worth to just go full special attack. I don't see you ever training anything but 252 special attack, 252 speed on this Pokemon. Would be my guess. But, like, Extra Sensory, you can even do a Discharge if you want to go for that high para chance. Vault Switch. Interesting moveset. Has Signal Beam at Tutor. It's some sort of hidden power. Is an interesting option. You can also just run Weather Ball and run Raikou in a weather team. Imagine, like, Raikou in... Wait, that actually sounds really fucking good. Raikou in rain with Thunder and Weather Ball, and then Weather Ball lets you hit those ground types that come in to pressure the EQ or anything. That sounds really good. Also, the Pokemon that come in, like, imagine they go Hippowdon on, like, your Vault Switch or Thunder, right? And then you hit them back with, like, an HP Water, or sorry, a Weather Ball Water in the rain. Sounds really good. I guess if they switch it Hippowdon, it's gonna set up sand and get rid of your rain. But I don't know. There's some cool text in there. Okay, there's some cool stuff going on. I'm just saying. Raikou can learn Scald. Is that true? I've got to double check. That's insane if so. Okay, come on. Battle. That'd be crazy if... I didn't see Scald anywhere. So it's either Misinformation in chat, a teehee moment or an insane thing to be aware of. It does get stalled. That's fucking crazy. Wow. Raikou's moveset, this thing is way better than I expected. Scald, Vault Switch, Extra Sensory. Dude, this thing's Signal Beam coverage. There's a lot of weird coverages. It's a pretty sick Pokemon. Much better than I expected, to be honest. Hunting shiny Pikachu, the orange grew on me, to be honest. I super respect that. I think if you've played Pokemon long enough, if you've shiny hunted long enough, like that term, it grows on you. I think eventually any... My keyboard's dying. I feel like eventually any shiny Pokemon or any Pokemon grows on you, you know? I truly do feel like over time... Yo, my keyboard is dead, actually. One sec. I'm gonna be honest, thank God I'm a hardware hoarder. I hoard every single piece of like computer hardware, like old mouses, keyboards, etc. Like I have a backup keyboard now because this one's dying, so I'm able to just switch that live on stream. Hardware hoarders out there will understand. Sometimes it comes in wildly handy, okay? Sometimes it actually ends up being worth it, I'm just saying. Now I have to learn the new layout though, which sucks. It's actually a good question, like where people stand on like wireless keyboards and why I hate wireless controllers, wireless keyboards, wireless mice, dude, everything. I hate wireless everything. I would much prefer everything be wired. I don't want to worry about batteries. I don't want to worry about anything. As someone who sits on my computer, you know, a large amount of the day, like a, you know, turbo loser, I need wired. I would just burn through batteries. I would burn through my minimal YouTube salary in batteries alone, dude. It'd be nuts. I'm a huge wired guy. Yeah, I can't stand. I'm not a wireless fan whatsoever. Personally. Why do you have Kadabra as your lead? Good question. It has Careful Nature and Synchronize. So it's my synchronized Pokemon. I'm hoping for a Careful shiny Miltank when I do finally get that Pokemon. It makes it a 20% chance for wild Pokemon to match the nature of the lead Pokemon. So for those quickly who don't know, for ×5 hordes, you roughly get around 1,000 encounters per hour. If you're using Leppas, you can get around 1,200. ×5 hordes near a PC, you'll get around 1,000. ×3 hordes, you'll get around 600. This is averages, right? ×3 hordes near a PC, you'll get around 600 encounters. Now, what's next? Single encountering, you'll usually get around 300 encounters per hour. You can get a little higher at certain locations, like the Dark Grass in Unova that has like a lot of ×5 hordes and double battles and what, and like if you're using lures and stuff as well, you get 300 encounters if you're using lures and swarm ability or illuminate or whatever, and then you'll also get like 350 at like certain locations like the one in Unova. And then what else? Fishing, you'll get around 200 to 220 encounters per hour. It's shocking how much slower fishing is versus single encounters. Is that all the main hunts? Egg hunting and stuff, it's tough to calc. It's like impossible to calc encounters per hour. It just ends up being like 6 to 18 months of work and 120 to 150 million Pokeyen spent. Yeah, those are the main encounters per hours that I know from most shunting methods. What's the rate if you're combining it with EV training or XP training? Usually cut it in half. Usually, so if you're doing ×5 hordes near a PC, you're getting like in your like XP training or EV training, 400 to 600 encounters. Cut it in half. Cut it straight in half. It is a shocking loss of time. The extra text and everything, it is a shocking loss of time. Cut it in half. That's my recommendation. How would you go about trying to look good in this game? The fashion contests and stuff are really appealing to me. I think there's 2 things off the cuff that I recommend. First things first, I have a couple videos on my channel covering cosmetics and covering specifically budget drip, and check those out. And then secondly, there's a website called PokeMMO Hub, and you can go to the cosmetic helper on that website and like sort of pre-plan your outfit before you actually buy stuff. And not only pre-plan, but just sort of like browse through and peruse all the cosmetics in the game, which is a really, really nice feature to be able to do and like see what they look like and everything. That's super, super nice. So cosmetic helper and videos covering budget drip and budget underrated cosmetics. That's the first 2. And then, yeah, just sort of picking something maybe to match a shiny Pokemon, maybe match a follower sprite. Just pick a look you want to go with and go from there. The Waterboy in chat is saying he got scammed of a trade evolution Pokemon. So there's 2 things, and I'm really sorry that happened. I don't want to like come off like, oh, you should have done this. That's ridiculous. I'm really sorry that happened. That's really shitty. Someone just shouldn't steal from you. But if you message them, if you whispered them and were like, hey, I'm going to trade you this Seadra just to evolve, and you'll trade it back, correct? Question mark. If you do that and then they scam you, easiest report in the world, and they'll get permabanned or at least timed out or whatever, right? Easiest report in the whole world. Always do that. If you are ever trade evoing or ditto boxes, any trade that revolves around a little bit of trust, just verbalize it in chat. It's the easiest safety net you'll ever need. And you may not get like specific stuff like a Kingdra or a Seadra back, unfortunately, but that person will get will face justice. And like if you ever are just like, hey, we're doing this correct, and they say yes, easiest ban in the whole. It makes it so easy for the devs to be like, okay, they obviously just broke this trade, right? Also, I believe now, I don't even think that now you have to trade Seadra to evolve it. I think that was changed. I need to do a video probably just entirely talking about this. Now a lot of trade evolutions that require items, I'm pretty sure you can just use the item on the Pokemon and it'll just evolve. So if you just use is it a Dragon Scale? If you just use a Dragon Scale on a Seadra, it'll just evolve into Kingdra. You don't actually even have to do the trade anymore. So just don't risk it, right? You can also trade with a CM, community manager. That's really important. Yes, record. If you're doing Ditto Box trades, anything like that, that's how I've only been scammed from a Ditto Box once. And I asked the person, hey, you know, I'm treated blah, blah, blah. I recorded it. And it was just, the person got banned. I got my Pokeyen back. I got 5 free Dittos. Easiest thing in the world. There's so many safety nets that you can employ that are really good to know when doing any sort of like trust trades, quote unquote, like that. I submitted the ticket. Hope can still, yes. Stuff like that is super cringe. Waterboy. Like, imagine scamming someone for like, even if it's like a 5x31 Seadra, it's like 1 mil Pokeyen max, like 800k. Like, you're risking your entire account for 3 days worth of gym runs. You're risking your entire account for 3 hours of hard work. I don't know. I don't get it, but obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry to hear that happen. Scammers suck, and the devs do ban people for scamming, so keep an eye out. Do you know if fossils are the same as eggs, as in the Pokemon and the stats are already determined before hatch, or is it when they are revived? For that, it's when they are revived, yeah. So, like, it's different. So, one is eggs are determined upon egg creation, and then fossils are determined upon reviving. It's not like a fossil isn't designated to be shiny preemptively, if that makes sense. You roll it upon the reviving, from my understanding. Speaking of shiny hunts that make you Pokeyen, like the Flame Orb hunt, like the Amulet Coin, hoarding, I have a video coming out on that. I think I actually just moved it. I think it was scheduled for like mid to late September. I think it got moved to like mid-November at this point. It's scheduled out for a long time, but I do have a video at least scheduled on shiny hunting methods that you can also make Pokeyen with. So kind of a cool little multitask meme. I'm a huge fan of shinies with drastic different looks within the same species line. Things like Sharpedo and Carvana, things like Rapidash and Ponyta. Those drastic different colors within the same line, but they all look really good. Things like, man, look at Caterpie Metapod Beedrill, or sorry, Caterpie Metapod Butterfree. Sorry, I don't know why I confused that. All those shinies are fantastic, but they're so different. You have the gold Caterpie, the stark orange fucking Metapod, and like the pink, really cute Butterfree. Like, you get so many different emotions, feelings, and looks on one shiny line. I love that stuff. Very, very, very cool. I really don't recommend breeding for profit while egg hunting. Seriously, if you want to just breed for profit and, you know, risk some shiny rolls, I do that. It's fun, right? But like, if you seriously want to get an egg shiny, breeding for profit along the way, it's just gonna make the hunt like, it's gonna take like, it's gonna go from taking 6 to 18 months to 6 to 18 years, like 10 years average probably. It extends the hunt so drastically, having to pick and choose and like do all the things. You become a billionaire, sure, but like, you could say that for anything. Like, oh, if you just like payday farm at Dratini for like 10,000 hours, you'll become a billionaire. Like, yeah, but the money per hour isn't actually that good. And like, you can make a fair bit of profit breeding for profit, but your main goal shouldn't be when breeding for profit to breed an egg shiny. That should be like a side thing, and then like you're just breeding for profit, and then you just hope one comes out one day maybe. You're not like breeding for an egg shunt at that point, right? You're just breeding for profit, and if it happens, it happens. I've had this question pop up a lot today, so I'll go ahead and make a clip about it. Are there any cheaters in PokeMMO? I'd imagine there would be a lot of people botting shiny hunting, no question mark. I just put out a video recently talking about the devs' response to how common botting is and everything like that. It's really wildly uncommon compared to other free-to-play MMOs especially. The reason being is there's a bunch of physical barriers in the way. So, for example, we can't multi-box in PokeMMO. That's a really big deal. It kind of sucks for real players. I kind of wish we were able to, but not allowing multi-boxing allows them to crack down on botting so much more aggressively. It's insane. No one who's botting is, or at least like serious botters, right? Some people may bot their account and just one account, whatever. Most botters are bot farms. They do like 10 accounts, 20 accounts, right? RuneScape free-to-play botters aren't botting one account. They're botting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus, right? On one PC, on one computer, they'll bot tens of accounts, right? The fact that if someone wants to bot in PokeMMO, they can only do one account at a time. It allows the devs to hyper focus and like fucking sniper rifle, shoot them into oblivion, like get rid of them so much faster. The fact that a botter can only bot on one account per device, just, I mean, you minus 600%, even more, like you minus thousands of percentage of bot that could exist or would happen in normal other free-to-play MMOs. I feel like people claiming GTL bots is the new I'm shiny locked. Yeah. It's like people just use Copium. People naturally gravitate towards Copium for sure. What made you pick Miltank as your first big Johto shiny hunt? It's really because I just love most shinies you hunt in PokeMMO because it's like, you know, you just like the way it looks. It's like your personal favorite thing, right? Miltank in PvP is really fun. Miltank in PvP, like I love going curse, like the curse Miltank Scrappy build where you just like body slam everything. You just like go turbo, heal bell, Miltank curse, and you just like body slam through everything. It's not nearly as good. I call it the one-man army Miltank, and I have some videos on it. It's really fun to run, and you just like 6-0 teams. It's really fucking annoying and really fun. Really fun Pokemon and competitive, really underrated, 100 base stat speed for no reason, really great big blue shiny. Miltank is it would have been the next egg hunt. If I were to have done an egg hunt shiny, the next one would have been Miltank. But they made it so they took an egg hunt. Oh, it's nighttime now. They took an egg hunt in PokeMMO and made it a ×5 horde hunt and just like made it so much easier. So I was like, oh yeah, now I'm definitely going to do Miltank, right? Like that's the next egg hunt I'm going to do. And now it's ×5 horde. That's easily my favorite shiny that I want to go for in Johto. But they did go ahead and switch it over to nighttime in game. We're going to head over to Dratini Spot now. Yup, had I messed up, my game lagged when I was buying Ultra Balls and I bought 999 instead of 99. That's a huge fear that I have out of like, I've almost done that. It's a crazy setting. It's a really cool thing that you can get that many now, but man, it definitely is. It's brutal, dude. I'm sorry that happened. It's an unlucky mistake to watch out for sure. How can I benefit from the anniversary event as a new player? Good question. As a new player, I feel like some of the best things you can do for anniversary event is really just, as dumb as it is, participating in it. Like you don't have to worry about investments. If you're new, don't worry about investments, just worry about building that capital. You do want to try to get to the investment stage at some point. I've actually talked about I have a video called How to Become a Billionaire in PokeMMO, and it's very, very long term. There's no quick secret hint to becoming, no secret tip to becoming a billionaire overnight. It's like a 4 to 6 year journey, right? But you can become a billionaire in PokeMMO through, it's just like 3 steps. Step 1, grinding and building capital. In the anniversary event, there's going to be a boss battle you can do. I think preparing stuff for that or trying to do that is really good. You can run around and do the, like, there's usually like a limited time event that you can run around and do. Like, it's pretty easy for newer players. And I'll cover step by step, like, hey, this is good for this is what you need to, we'll cover like specific things once the event actually comes out. And I do have a video from last year covering everything you can do in the anniversary event. So if you don't know what to do as a new player, I recommend going to watch that video and being like, okay, this looks doable for me, this doesn't, this does, yada yada yada, right? It really just depends on how far you all are along into your account. And then billionaire progress is just step 1, build capital, build all your bases. Or is it step 1, like build your account and like you're catching Pokemon, your HM friends, like all of that stuff, all the basics, ocarinas, all the utility stuff. Step 2, actually build capital. Step 3, invest, and then like sell 2 to 4, 6 years down the line. It's a very long-term process, but anyone can become a billionaire within like 4 to 6 years of PokeMMO. But it's a wait for investments and stuff. Wait for sealed product specifically. Hey Pat, who do you think is the most underdeserved community in Pokemon in regards to content creation, since you are the only one person you can't cover everything? I really love Rumel, obviously. The ones that I've loved who like kind of stopped making content, but like Kuroshi, or not Kuroshi, Dick Smurgan, I don't know why my brain went to Kuroshi, I saw him in chat. Dick Smurgan, PokeMMO Investments, Barrels makes really good original meme content, which is really cool. Rumel, Chow Geo, I've been seeing stream a lot, he's really cool. Best Friends, like I love Best Friends, really nice guy, does a lot of really cool informative content for the game. He really does have the game's best interest at heart. Not Kuroshi doesn't make content, but I just think of their name. Who else? Roided Ewok, I used to love. Roided Ewok really got me into the game in terms of content, got me into content creation, but they don't make content anymore, I believe. But a really talented PvP player with really good speaking of PvP, AFC Adino, I always recommend if you're looking for AFC or for PvP content, AFC Adino is like the go-to, I feel like. There's a bunch of Pokemon content creators, a lot more people right now streaming, like I feel like, than ever, and making content and stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff to check out for sure. If you were to ask me who's the #1 most underrated Pokemon content creator right now, it's probably Rumel. His content's really high quality, it's really great. He uploads frequently enough. He in streams. I think Rumel is the #1 underrated content creator, personally. 11,111 Lepa berries exactly. Kind of neat. Yeah, if I fail here and get a Joel, I'll be okay with it. I already have one Joel, so I'd have a shiny Carp and a shiny Gyarados. If I got one, I'd just evolve one. I'd be okay with one fail here. Just hopefully hopefully I don't get 2 Joels here would be a huge thing, and then no third Raticate, no 2 more, no third Carp, essentially. I'm down for one of each species line. I just don't want multiples past that, because then it gets kind of, you know, what do I do with it? You've already finished Johto 3 times, Mishu, on 3 accounts? Time to hunt the beasts for 3 times a month and insta-sell them? You're a fucking madman. That's fucking cracked. I respect it, man. Good luck to you. That's pretty sick. Dude, I'm excited to finally be over 5K encounters. It's actually, I've been shiny hunting so slowly. I need to like watch some TV or anime or movie, or like shunt off stream and get my encounters up. I feel like that'd be better for content. The fact that I haven't been over 5K encounters in like, when was my last Raticate? Like, when did I catch that Raticate? I can actually check really quick. So the video for the Raticate was uploaded 10 days ago. So I caught that Raticate 10 days ago, and I'm still not over 5K encounters. It's 1,000 encounters per hour, you know? Dude, I've barely been able to hunt, man. Obviously, the Raikou stuff slowed me down, but even that's like 300 encounters. I've been barely able to play PokeMMO, unfortunately. Just a lot of videos and stuff to make everything, so. And Twitch rewards, and it makes sense, but it feels weird, you know? For the Pokedex, this is a good question. For the Pokedex, do you suggest making it region by region or make it following the national dex? I think completing all regions and then going for Pokedex completion is ideal. However, do Phenos early. The caveat to that is start your Phenos as soon as possible, which are in Unova. Watching out for Phenos and being in group chats, Discords, whatever, for Pheno callouts, super important. My Discord has pings for Phenos if you're looking for like Audino, Amolga. Those are the toughest ones to get for sure. I have a Pokedex completion guide which covers all this as well. But I think going for Phenos early, but just going for the Pokedex hard after you finish all regions is better, because then you have access to all the best locations, as opposed to like doing Gen 1 Pokedex then Gen 2. I think it makes it harder. If you like only do Gen 1 Pokedex in Kanto, you have less locations and less easy hunts for certain Pokemon. Super far out question, but I added strings to skip dialogue for Jimmy runs, and now my encounter counter isn't working. The general fits are gonna be unique per string. That's probably gonna be a unique thing per string. Unfortunately, some strings just break the encounter counter, unironic, especially like newer ones from new updates that aren't like, that haven't been like troubleshooted or like bug fixed to work together, to my understanding. I think my encounter counter has been broken for a couple hundred encounters, unfortunately. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was off the screen for a little bit. Let's see if it works now. That's unfortunate. I would guess that I'm probably at 5K already, but I'm not even gonna make that adjustment because I just don't want to over. I'd rather underestimate than over. So I'm gonna restart it and change it to 4,900. Sometimes your encounter counter just breaks, and what I always say is 99.9% of the time, just closing it and restarting it fixes most problems. Let's go ahead and see if it fixed by just, all I did was close it and restart it. Let's see if it fixed. Let's see if we see 4860. Yep, easy peasy. What do you think of this idea? A new form of flipping your items, which is like a coin toss. For example, you would bet 10 mil against another player who bets a Shadow Bone Club to avoid a scam, trustworthy middleman. Is this just fucking Duel Arena? Is this just gambling? It's just gambling. A new form for flipping your items. This is literally just, you just want to add gambling to PokeMMO. Add a straight up casino. I'm on the middle on that. That's a, if the players want it, if the devs want it. That's a tough thing though. That's a tough, that's a sketchy thing. It's tough. Could be fun, could be addictive, could be bad for the game, could be bad for the community. That's a tough thing. That's tough. Here's 5,000 encounters right here, which is a cool little milestone. Doesn't mean anything. It's always fun though. Bam. Is it bad that I make every one of my shinies comp ready? I don't think so at all. I spend 8 mil on my Amoonguss, make it 3 times 31, 1 times 28 with bold nature. The fact that you just caught your Amoonguss earlier this stream and you've already made it competitive, that's fucking sick. Congratulations. No, I think that's a great way to put some love, and like, you spend so long hunting for a shiny, you might as well put the Pokeyen into it and put the love into it and you know, pimp it out essentially, right? Make it cool, make it pog. Okay, I will say, I know today was a shorter stream, only 2 hours. 2-hour stream on a Monday? Yikes, Patrouski, what are you doing? But today's the only day of the week my girlfriend can be here, so I promise I'd spend time with her, so I'm gonna be peacing out. I love you guys, thanks for watching. Crazy, wacky stream. A lot of fun, ups and downs, roller coaster as always. That's the Patrouski experience. Some rage, some tilt, some laughs, some fun, some goofs, some gaffs, some wide duck ass. Have a great day. Like the stream if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos, follow the Twitch stream for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, 4 streams a week, a video every single day. Discord's down below for updates on all the content, and if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, specifically this month, Twitch Primes and Twitch subs are cheaper for you guys. It's a win-win-win. Cheaper for you, you spend less money, Jeff Bezos gets less, I get the same. Win-win-win. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Hey, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. Hopefully it was a positive asset on your day in some way. And thank you to everyone's name who's on this list, who is a massive positive asset to my day every single day. I appreciate you all. Thank you for going above and beyond and allowing me to do what I do.